Right, what is going on, crew? Now welcome to a new video. Now today's video, I am coming out of retirement. I'm joking, I'm not, I still coach, but we're gonna do a female lower body bias session. I'm gonna run you through exercises, reps, sets, little teaching points and things that I try to think about when I'm coaching, that I want the client to think about, and hopefully you should get some take homes from this video for when you are training in your lower body. Okay, so Amanda, I've trained for like 5 to 6 years. It was actually one of my first clients when I started when I was 18 on the gym floor. She is amazing for like the transformations that she's done before. I will put one of them here. Her before and after photos were actually during a pregnancy as well, like as in pre and postnatal. So that is actually seriously impressive. So like I said, I will put the picture somewhere here. You'll be able to see that. We're gonna run through some deadlifts, some split squats, and then I can't remember the rest of the session, but I've already planned it out. Apart from that, give the video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, because I don't know why you're watching if you're not. And let's get started with the session. So you're gonna start with heavy deadlifts. Okay, so what I want you to do is first of all, switch on the glutes. So we're gonna go 20 lateral banded steps to the right. Okay, try and feel your glutes so you can feel them firing up. Make sure you're doing it right. So I want a little tiny quarter squat as you do it. So 20 to the right, 20 to the left. Okay, after you do that, you're gonna do a final 20 where you try and keep your legs nice and wide and tapping backwards. Same thing for firing up the glutes. After that, we're gonna try and switch on the core, especially for those deadlifts. So from here, we're gonna start in this dead bug position. Okay, I want you to imagine from here, relax, bring your shoulders off the floor, force this lower back into the floor so there's no air gap. Okay, from there, we're just gonna do 10, nice and controlled, out and then back in, out and then back in, trying to make sure that this lower back doesn't come off the floor. The last thing you're gonna do is gonna be with your kettlebell. Okay, so we're gonna obviously go sumo deadlifts for you, downstairs heavy, so we'll use and mimic the motion, nice and light. So in between your legs, kettlebell starts, from here, nice sumo position, nice neutral spine, coming up nice and controlled. As soon as you tap the floor, straight back up. Okay, so forcing those hips back, those glutes back, nice tabletop neutral spine, pushing up, squeeze through the glutes. Okay, 2 rounds of that for a warm up.
King of the palace, rubber like Malcolm, balled up fist in the air to the flashlight. Yeah, hands up in the air, they got me down. I keep it on it, they crunching the numbers, I'm looking wild. Funhouse active, yeah. King of the palace, rubber like Malcolm.
Right, and then backwards, so stay wide, and then go slightly to the left, and then slightly to the right, and try and keep your weight in your heels.
I just might crash it, really I'm passive, running from the manage, do cash me, I just want passion, love attraction.
So knees at 90 degrees, hands out in front of you like you're punching the air. Okay. Now from there, I want you to bring your shoulder blades off the floor slightly, push that lower back into the floor so you can feel your abs switch on, then nice and slow, out as far as you can while maintaining the back on the floor and back in. So exhale and then inhale. Perfect. 3, easy man. Perfect. Right, last thing, let's jump up and grab that kettlebell. So nice wide legs, start at the bottom, get your bum a touch lower, so go back to the floor for the first rep, bum a touch lower, push through the heels, squeeze the glutes, perfect.
With the mansion, chandelier dancing, counting a brand, yeah. Been had hella francs, man, it's ballpark figures. Might be in the field, but I came from the trenches. You can tell it's my time, look at better swing. I do like the charm on my wrist, let me stitch. Want me pay the way, I'm the wave, I'm a bit.
Last one. Perfect. Right, now one more round, a little bit quicker.
Blessing on blessing, they call me the reverend, y'all nigga play too much. I've been so gone off the prices, I end my hiatus by sparking that flame. Shit, y'all niggas stay in your lane, young entertain. I'm next to rain, the fuck is you saying? Out of my brain, not from this planet. Hide from the cameras, high up the energy sent to me. From the enemy, that's the advantage. By doing this damage, accounted advantage. I'm buying my nemesis. This is my genesis. I never had privilege.
Right, so what we're trying to do with a warm-up, anytime that I do any sort of session with a client, obviously I plan that. I don't really tend to plan the warm-up, but what I do is I try and make it relatable to the session. So the first movement is just on the bike, that's elevating the heart rate. Always want to do that, so it's like 8 to 10 calories for Amanda, it takes her about 40-45 seconds. Second movement, something to switch on the glutes when you're doing any sort of lower body session. So she's going to do heavy sumo deadlifts, so still firing them up. More important as well if she was doing back squats. The next movement after that, you're doing something to switch on the core. Again, I want that happening anytime we're doing a heavy movement, so dead bug, like hollow hold hover, what she was doing there, legs in, legs out. And then the last thing is just mimicking and being complementary to the heavy movement we're going to do downstairs in a second. So she's going to do heavy sumo deadlifts for 5 reps. So she's going to do light ones with a kettlebell, get used to the position, and then if anything's going to hurt in that position, you're going to find out with a 12 kilo kettlebell instead of finding out with a 60 kilo barbell downstairs where it could actually hurt you. Right, so really similar to your kettlebell before, we're going to start with, what's this, 35 kilos, okay? Nice wide sumo stance, okay? Find where you're comfortable, getting your hands inside your legs, elbow about where that knee crease is. From there, I just want to see if your back's compromised there, pulling the shoulder blades into the back pockets, and then we're lifting up from there. Now, all you're doing is 5 perfect reps, okay? So I want you to think, send the hips to the back wall, nice and controlled. Once you get past the knee, that's where you're bending your legs a little bit. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so nice and controlled. So pushing through the heels from the floor. Lovely.
Need a money counter, I broke my thumb from thumbing down. Wifey on my line, she told me to dumb it down. Mama on my line, asking.
Right, so bar nice and close to the legs, okay, elbows inside of the knees. From there, take the tension of the bar first, brace your core, and push through the heels. Good. 1.
Tasting with the fade, not the hair, my hands rocking. When I link with ball point, you know it's not. Get out my way.
3.
I'm so unashamed, throw it to my veins. Like my 2K green or blue, I'm not into games.
So like I was saying before, we're up to 60 kilos now, which is heavy for Amanda's body weight because it's like the same, okay? But obviously why we warmed up with the kettlebell before, it was really similar. Look at the position here, exactly the same. Obviously the bar's now pulling her down a little bit, but she's staying nice and tight here, just like the kettlebell, pushing through the heels, and it's exactly the same motion, okay? Last rep, perfect. Okay, relax. So using the clock here, we're going every 90 seconds, so on 0, on 130, on 3, and so on and so on. That's for 5 sets of 5 reps. So always starting a session with anyone, okay, with a strength element, okay? So whoever it is, no matter how strong they are or how beginner related they are, starting with in that sort of 3 to 6 rep range where you're hitting a strength element. As soon as we do Amanda's final set of 5 here, we're then going to back off, so we're going to probably pull off 20-25% of the weight, and then we're going to give her 4 sets of 8 at speed, using the clock for every minute on the minute format, and that's going to then burn it up. So you're hitting a strength element here first, and then you're going to really sort of build a lot of metabolic stress on the muscle from going 8 reps at the end. Good, so from the bottom, brace, lead with the chest. Chest comes up first. There we go, 2. 3. 4. Last one, nice and strong. 5, good, perfect. We'll go on 8, okay? 4 sets a little bit quicker. You're aiming for 8 reps every minute on the minute, okay? So just for 4 minutes, 4 sets of 8. So we're going 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Seven, last one. 8, perfect, good. My favorite, okay? Your favorite as well, okay? So, right, Bulgarian split squat. So we're gonna do nice and upright posture, nice and controlled, driving that knee forward, nice upright posture. We're gonna go 8 on the left leg, okay? Start nice and light, and then 8 on the right leg, okay? Remember, laces on the bench, nice and controlled. Pick a spot on the floor so you're keeping your balance, nice and controlled, driving forward. Again, trying to push through that front foot heel. So always this part here. As soon as you've done that, we're gonna change the type of deadlift and you're gonna do an RDL. So instead of being so heavy on your glutes, we're gonna try and move it onto your hamstrings slightly. So first one's gonna look like a conventional deadlift. So pulling from here, then from there, after that, we're gonna go down, just feel a hamstring stretch there, straight back up. Go down, hamstring stretch there, stand up back up. 8, 8, 8. first part, hitting that strength sort of rep range that I was going and talking about before. Now, this sort of middle section is what I would call like accessory work or hypertrophy work. Really trying to like break down a muscle, trying to like hit that sort of like 8 to 12 rep range. This is the sort of stuff that's going to give you the DOMs. Obviously, you can still progressively overload this week on week. So obviously, Amanda's just done 7.5s, then the next week she might hit 10s, even though I'm going to give her them now. And then obviously you can still build on this. You can still gain strength, but this is definitely more in the sort of muscle building, toning sort of rep range. So what I'm going to show you here is why, especially with clients, that I'm not mad on squats all the time, and sometimes I think there can be better options, which is split squatting. So I want you to watch the angle of Amanda's back here where she does goblet squats. So you drop down, just do his 5 reps. Okay, perfect, right, good. Now I want you to go into your split squat, so just normal set. Right, so what we're talking about here, what I wanted to speak to you about is, this is why split squats are one of my favorite exercises. So Amanda didn't do a bad goblet squat by any means, it was still good. But if you look at the angle of her back, leaning forward, that's because of like hip mobility and ankle mobility issues. So sometimes split squat, and if you look at the angle of the back here, it's way more upright. Now what this is doing is it's putting way less pressure on her lower back. Also, it's evening up imbalances because here our right leg, if that's weaker than the left side, it's got no room to like, the left leg can't help. Okay, like on a goblet squat, say if you were pushing 70-30 through each foot, there's no chance you can get away with it here. So it's really highlighting all of our weaknesses, all of our weak spots, increasing a little bit more stability, increasing a little bit more core, and it's actually making her have to work a hell of a lot harder. So especially when you're in the gym, I think quite a lot of personal trainers are like, you must squat, and I do think squats have their place in every good training program, but for a while it might not have to be a key exercise. It might be something that you work on for technique, which is not really heavy, but for a client to get results from day one, if they haven't got the best hips or ankles or something like that, and we've done this for years, that I've worked with Amanda for like nearly 5 years, sometimes split squatting could be better because the angle of our back there was much safer than the lean forward. Now, I might actually redo this video with someone who's worse than Amanda, because you'll really start to see it there where people are like nearly bent over. It's really far too much pressure on the back. That wasn't bad, but you can still see the difference. The god of all gods when it comes to glute triceps. So 3 exercises, right? Now, first one, we're gonna try and pre-fatigue. So you're gonna get on this bench. You're gonna have your chest on anywhere that's comfortable, okay? Try and think about your knees are just off the bench, so it's like all of your thigh, but not quite your kneecap. Now from here, this takes a lot to feel it, but from here, I'm gonna get your heels to the sky, okay? From this position here, we're gonna nice and controlled, go up, squeeze the glutes, come back down, and go past the bench. Go up, squeeze the glutes, come back down, past the bench, okay? So heels are always going to the sky. We're gonna do 12 reps there. You then, okay, from here, gonna do 12 abductions, okay? So that's your banded stuff, 12 and 12. Looks like nothing, actually is way more difficult than you think. Then you're gonna hit this bench, okay? Obviously, barbell hip thrusts. We've done this numerous times from here, okay? I want your upper back into the bench, okay? So not too far where you're like getting right over it, just upper back, eyes forward, nice neutral spine. Brace your core before you lift, coming up, squeeze the glutes, keep the knees out, don't let them cave in, and then control it back down, same rep again. Okay, so driving up, again, making sure them knees stay out. As soon as you've done 12 there, and you're gonna finish with 12 heavy kettlebell swings. Okay, so really glute dominant, squeeze your glutes, push through your heels, squeeze your glutes on that. Okay, 3 exercises. And hit my hands using your glutes, so nice and slow. You feel that? Yeah? Okay. This right here, right, one of the most underrated things in the world, okay? 3. So keep these bent. 4. So everything that's getting isolated here is here, and all of these muscles, all of these glutes, mid, low, high, are having to really extend and contract to 1, keep these out, keep the band out, and 2, to try and lift these hips up. How bad is that on a scale of 1 to 10? 10. Okay, come on, give us 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Right, now straight legs, okay, keep them here, and just hit my hands, little ones. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. Fatigue technique to really fire on the glutes. Now, because they're so sore, the blood's all in that muscle, she's going to know exactly how to contract on the heavy barbell movement. Now this actually is about 50%, 60% of what Amanda normally does, but after all of these exercises, all these movements, it's going to feel like it is like up to 60 kilos. It's only 40 right now, so 12 heavy hip thrusts, big squeeze, and again, really complimentary after you've done the banded work.
Asking how I'm dumb now. I think you only love me cause I'm pop.
So again, she's focusing all leg exercises, all glute exercises. I feel like I scream it in my sleep. Push through the heels, squeeze the glutes. Push through the heels, and that's making sure that everything's contracting, because if you were on your toes and your heels were raising, all it's going to do is put pressure on your knees. Okay, last thing, she's going to go 12 kettlebell swings. Don't really have to think about this one too much. She does it all the time, and you can just bang it out. Okay, so 12 swings. But again, look at the position of our body. It's very complementary to all the hip thrusts we've done, all the deadlifts. It's always that relatable position, okay? So we've started really heavy at the start of the session, and you're getting lighter and lighter, but still mimicking the same motor patterns.
Defeated. I beat the beat, I'm mistreated. I beat the eyes, deleted. On top, I'm ODing. No rock star with these leather pants, I'm ACDCing. When I die, bet they love me, but hate me when I'm breathing. I think you only love me cause I'm popping. This a layup, this a rebound, it's rubbing Tyson with.
Right, finisher time, conditioning. This is normally the stuff that you see us post all the time on Sculpt because it's fun, it catches everyone's attention. 2-minute window, 8 calorie bikes, 12 wall balls to the target here. So from here, we're gonna hit full squat, hit this target, 12 reps. If there's any time left in the 2-minute window off the clock, it's gonna be max chest to floor burpees, okay? 2 minutes work, 1 minute's rest, times 3 rounds, which will be a 9-minute finisher, okay? Happy with that? I'll not restart the clock, we'll go on 36, so you got 30 seconds. 2, 1, 2-minute burst.
King of the palace, rubber like Malcolm, balled up fist in the air to the flashlight, yeah. Hands up in the air, they gun me down. I keep it 100, they crunching the numbers, I'm bringing out. Young nigga got a fetish for success. If I ain't next, and I just leave impression. Next to rain, on the window pane, puffy plain Jane. Let them second guess me, wanna cop the Porsche with the porcelain skin. Grip the wheels, let the horses just. Why they trash, another chore on my list. Out of this orbit, I saw it.
Last 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, perfect. Right, 1 minute rest.
Sound wave for like more than the clicks. Cowabunga, surf the web for my shit. Ayy, wait. Been gritty, don't pity, they full thing with me, been real. Fuck trending, I'm hype, I'm litty, been this since scrimmage. Don't play game with me, I volley these hits like I play tennis. I drink this shit, now I live it, don't pitch me. I live here at the top of the titty, said I run this shit. How I jot it with the pizza, body flop with the vision jaw drop. When I spit it off top, little bitch. Need at least 7 figures, catch the fade when they chip me. Bet I'll count it down to the penny wave. Ay, heavy is all on my mind, I've gotta make that end it. But I might spark that wildfire rebel when I breach. Funhouse active, yeah, king of the palace. Rubber like Malcolm, balled up fist in the air to the flashlight. Yeah, hands up in the air, they gun me down. I keep it 100, they crunching the numbers, I'm bringing out.
Right, that is all for the session. Okay, I'm sure Amanda's gonna die for 5 minutes on the floor. She hates us right now, but very good lower body bias session. Some deadlifts, some squats, some lunges, all of the basics, all of the foundations, really similar to the programs that we do online. So this is how I would, all of the programs that I write are based on people that are obviously real in the gym. I've tested them, I've trialed them, they work. So if you want to check that out, go online, check out the programs. This is probably closest to either the female fat loss program or the female tone and build. The only difference is the conditioning at the end. The female tone and build would not include that 9-minute finisher that Amanda's just done, but I think it's great. It makes you feel amazing. So if you want that, female fat loss is the one that you want to look online. Apart from that, give the video a like, give it a subscribe, give the channel a subscribe, comment below if you want to see. I might start doing this once a week with different clients targeting different muscles. The next one we could do one with one of the boys, okay? But apart from that, I hope you enjoyed the video. That is it for now, and special thank you to Amanda for letting us film today.
Smoke cloud from the ash pipe, catch air from the half pipe. I need to send a phone from the shows with the mansion. Chandelier dancing, counting a branch. Yeah, been had hella francs when it's ballpark figures.